Many game publishers could use a Fume equivalent because they are excessively addicted to the unhealthy trend of trend chasing, which leads to projects that lack identity or have clashing identities. In the case of Redfall, there was a fundamental tension between single-player and multiplayer design that remained unsolved throughout the development of this game. Smith and other leaders assured the staff that the arcane magic would manifest at the last minute as it had with previous games. If that sounds familiar to you, that's the exact same mentality that BioWare used to ship Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. But that rot that they didn't address eventually came back to bite them in the ass with Andromeda's awful, disastrous launch and with Anthem's even worse launch.
That was Yong Ye, who covers the video game industry alongside those like Jason Schreier, who was an investigative journalist in the video game industry. And I look to insights in the video game industry because it is such a wonderful playground to try different interaction ideas, concepts that help push the envelope for interaction design. And interaction design is an aspect of user experience. What I mean by user experience, for those that are unfamiliar, it's my career, it's my profession. It is the exercise of design within the realm of research, concept, psychology, and ethnography, so that anyone and everyone who is engaging any product that we're designing has a cohesive, accessible, consistent, immersive, whatever goal that we're trying to achieve, that you're able to achieve it. And this is a big challenge if, like, let's say, for instance, an engineer or developer has to do other things and has to also worry about user experience, or even a business person who has to worry about creating the journey for customers or users or players. And so it falls on us to do those very important tasks to create not just the interface, but at times, more importantly, the strategy and the idea and the why, and do research around it to validate it. And a lot of the failures that we can see in the business is because of a failure of taking users' experience into account and having it factor into the discussions in the business. One of the biggest errors that I'll ever see in the industry of user experience is when user experience is just a tool for product or business instead of an ally. When you have user experience as an ally, it can be the long game. It could take a while for certain things to manifest, but the retention, the return of people coming back and you building a loyal customer base is far stronger. Otherwise, you're just going on instinct and experience. There is a formula to creating a really good experience, and all it requires, or at least a good foundation and a requirement, is to listen, to experiment, to understand, to empathize. And the video game industry actively requires that. We see, a feedback from the player base on reviews, and they can be very angry, or they can be in love, they can be excited. It can create new subcultures because they really love aspects of their experience. And that is the realm of user experience, especially when you factor in the video game industry. So these next few videos are going to cover certain angles with the notion of politics begets product. And I'll offer my thoughts, my insight on my experiences as a video gamer, and what things have been done well and what things have been done poorly.